Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Winchester, and today I decided to make a guide about hotkeys and rather to Yuri's Revenge. This guide would be for players who just started to play Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge online and want to improve their skills. I already have the same guide in Russian language, but I decided to make an English version of this guide because I had a lot of warm feedback from my viewers, from my subscribers, and I decided to make English-speaking persons to watching this guide also. So if you want to improve your skills, you're welcome to watch it. And first four keys on your keyboard that I want to talk at first are keys Q, W, E, R. These are very important keys because they allow you to switch between tabs in your interface without going here then pressing here. Of course, I know that most of new players do like that. They press here, then press here, for example, to order one building, and then go here and order one building here. But it's not effective online. If you will do this online, you will get owned by high-class players. So get addicted to use hotkeys to switch between your tabs. So if you want to go for warfare, for war machines like tanks and other machines, you can just press R and order some machines. If you want to go for infantry, you press K here and go here. Then
unit ready.
If you want to go for defense, you do pretty the same, but you press W, and for buildings you press Q. But another interesting trick is that people, especially at the start of the game, they are wondering why other person is so far ahead, why other person builds his buildings much faster than when he does. And the answer is hotkeys Q and W. So look at this trick.
Building.
When building is ready, a regular newbie person will do like that. He will put.
Our base is under attack.
He will take a building. He will try to deploy it. He will select place and then he deploy it. What about pro player? He can be doing stuff like that. He can be looking here, and when he hears construction complete message, he just press Q and click.
Ready.
So simple. So if you see that other person is far ahead of you, it's because he's doing like that. Q, then click.
Unit ready.
Same for defenses. If you, for example, getting attacked, for example, we have one bunker, we are attacked, we have to have other defense as soon as possible, and we press W and press click. We have another defense up, and we have it very fast, much faster than if we got here, wait on here, and then put it here. We would have lost much more than that. And in our case, we have it as fast as possible. So another what I want to say is, if you want to practice these keys, and you have, of course, if you never use keys, you will have some difficulties getting addicted to them. It's not a problem if you will go to campaign and complete your campaign, but force yourself not to do like that. Force yourself only using keyboards, so you do not use these buttons. You use your keys on your keyboard and everything else, every other key that I will be talking about in this guide. So other interesting key is space. It turns your camera in the place where action is going. For example, let me show you. If you, for example, your building gets attacked and you're not watching it. So let's imitate like our barracks got attacked. We are looking here, and suddenly we hear message: our base is under attack. We press space and we see what's happening.
Repairing.
Same about if our unit will get lost.
Unit lost.
we hear a message unit lost, we press space and we can hear what happened. At least we can see where it happened. And usually online, if you play against a real opponent, you usually know what happened after you pressed space and see what really happened. Another interesting key is more about control. It's key S. S like stop, and it pretty means stop, because for example you move units here, you press S, all your units stopped. Very often used and very helpful. Another interesting keys are keys T, key P, and yeah, the key T. I want to tell you something about key T. T means that this key will select all units of its type. So for example, we have one rhino selected. We press T once, we press T, and we get all rhinos on our screen selected. For example, we take one Mirage tank, press T, and we get all Mirage tanks on our screen selected. Now we select one Rhino tank and one Mirage tank, press T, and on our screen all of our Mirage tanks and Rhino tanks are selected. So very often used and very important. Practice it as much as possible. Also, for example, if we have our units all over the screen, for example, we want to have all the Rhinos and all Mirages selected right now, even though they are in different parts of the screen. That's why we press key T twice. We press T twice, and we get all units of that type selected all over the map. So we can press here, and all they will move here to us.
Look natural. Laying low.
Another way to select your units, another fast way to select your units without selecting. For example, sometimes you may have no time to doing like that, doing like that, then doing like that, doing like that, and we want all our units that can shoot to be selected. Then, if you want to select all the units on the screen, we press key P, and we have all shooting units selected. Only miners are not selected by the screen, and this is reasonable because miners usually mine. My miners have some kind of vacation right now, because I don't want my opponent to quit, and if I will continue mining operations, my miners will shoot his miners and kill his miners. I don't want my AI to quit, because I think it will quit. I will have to restart this game. But anyway, if I want to select all the units on the screen, I press P. If I want to select all shooting units around the map, I press P twice, double P, and I have all of them selected. All single unit on the map that is mine, it is selected right now after I pressed P twice. Other interesting keys I want to demonstrate you are key K and key L. These are keys that allow you to repair. Of course, I know that newbies, for example, if a new player wants to repair a building, he goes here, then here, and if he wants to sell building, he goes here, then goes here. But don't do that like that online. Use keys. For example, enemy invades your base and attacks your building. You have no time doing like that, you will miss a lot of shots. So in such scenario, if enemy invades your base, you press KF as default and start repairing your building. So look how increased the health of your building. Its armor is now increased like twice or 3 times increased. So you usually don't have time to do like that. You have to use keys. So as default to repair buildings, you have to press key F. to sell building you have to, oh no, I mean as default you have to press key K, and to sell building you have to press KL. I don't have I have my keyboard a little bit modified, but so it take me a little effort to remind how it is in real, how it is as default. So selling buildings using keyboard is also sometimes useful. For example, if your MCV gets attacked and you have no time to repair it, you can better sell it by using key, and it will benefit you more than just losing your MCV. At least you will have some cash from selling it. Okay, what do I want to speak else? I want to speak about control. Control is force firing move. It allows your tanks or your other units to force shoot whatever they want. In original Red Alert 2 this key was useful in fighting mirages, but in Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge you don't have to fight mirages using the control, but still, for example, in some scenarios, in some maps, to deploy your building, you have to destroy a tree. You destroy it, and you usually now I don't have place to I'm not still allowed because I have this stone right here. But sometimes you can use control to destroy objects on the map, or to destroy your own units if you don't have a use of them. Never used this online, but probably knowing that will not harm you. Do not use this move against your allies. At least if you not want them to be trolled. So other interesting move is combining control and shift. So if you press and hold control and shift immediately, you have such sexy red arrows on your screen. So what does this move gives? What's special about this move compared to just a regular move? This move is used, for example, if you send tanks like that, and every object that they meet, they will attack. For example, they see these guys moving and they stop to attack them. If I didn't use Control Shift, they would have just moved near them, shooting back a little bit, because these are Rhino tanks, they always shooting back. But moving like that, they will stop automatically and start firing. Also, if you place like that, if you send them like that, they will ignore all enemy units and just will move to the target that you want them to attack. So another move is Control plus Alt. So if you hold together Control and Alt, you can send your units, and your units also will attack enemy units that they see in the range. But the only difference between Control Shift and Reg and Control plus Alt, it means that your units will chase the enemy unit that they met. So you've seen that I sent mirages. They have met Chrono Miner and they started to chase him. So it's this move is kind of dangerous, because you've seen that while they were chasing this Chrono Miner, they got shot by enemy tanks. So this move is not really important to use. Better use Control Shift if you want to attack every unit on your way. But however, I think you have to know that. So another interesting move, as default, another interesting key, as default it is key X. It allows your units to scatter, so they run around. In online play, your opponent, when he faces your infantry, he may want just to smash your infantry. Like, I don't know. Now I can smash my own soldiers, but online people can try to smash you. And to not allow them to smash you, you can just press X if you have a lot of infantry, and your infantry will run around the unit that wants to smash them. Very useful move, especially if you like infantry spamming. Sometimes you may want to deploy units immediately or undeploy them. For example, we have GIs that are deployable unit. As default, people, people that are new to Red 2, they just select unit and press like that. But if you want to select them once, all of them, you press key D. For example, I want to deploy them right now. They deployed. I press key D, they are deployed. And now I can easily accept fight. So this key is actual for such units as Desolator, for example, as Flag Track, if you want Flag Track unloaded, and for Nighthawk also. Yeah, Nighthawk is the name of the unit. If you want to unload transport units or deploy units like Desolators, Guardian GIs, regular GIs, you can press D and deploy them easily. Also, I want to show you another trick for controlling units. For example, you can press key Control and then press 1, and you have your all units selected in group. What does it mean? It means that every time you press 1, you will have your group 1 selected. I press 1, I have selected, I can control them easily. So all keys can be used for that. For example, key 2 I can use for Control 2. These guys I can use on Control 3, and every time I press 3, I will get these guys under control. Also, if I'm doing something else and I want to get group 3 under control, or I want camera switch it to group number 3, I press the key 3 twice. I press it twice and camera moves right on these guys. Now I press key 1 twice and I'm here with the group 2. So it's very useful for controlling different types of forces. For example, I want my GIs to be in front of the tanks, so I'm sending GIs. I can check this one. So I'm sending GIs. I'm sending these guys behind them. Behind. Then I take. Then I press D. I deploy them. I want to hide my tanks behind GIs machine guns. I see that the battle is over. I'm sending GIs in front of Guardian GIs. I'm taking fire. Not good use because my enemy also has GIs deployed that shoot back. Now we retreat together. This guy is following us, so let's kill him.
Unit promoted.
So that's pretty. This pretty everything for tonight. So thank you for watching. Practice Red Alert 2. Get better in Red Alert 2. Improve your skills and kick asses of other online players. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to press like under the video and subscribe to my channel, because more streams and more content is coming. Good luck. It was me, Chester.